And this is Carlala. And guys, would one of you like to talk about why we named it that? Why we came up with that name?
Forgot.
You forgot? We had a specific goal in mind with this, with the name of the show.
Language was it?
What language was it? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Indian.
Right, there you go.
Wanted to make it like unique.
Yeah. And so what does the name mean? Did you look it up, Edward?
Yeah, I don't know.
So this is our virtual gallery. Can you see my screen?
Peacock Heart.
Peacock Heart, right? Because we wanted to come up with the mascot, the school mascot, and we were trying to relate it to the name of the show. Can everyone see the virtual gallery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is our virtual gallery. I'm going to bring us in there. And we're going to go into the center space. We're flying over. And we are going to start here. Whoops. I'm moving very slowly. This is, I didn't get to bake it. That's a term for working in, when you're creating things in virtual worlds, you have to bake them. And I was literally finishing building this until the last minute yesterday. So this is Station A's work. Do you want to speak about your work, Station A?
Sure. I just called it Crystal because that's also the name of my sister. She had given me an amethyst stone for my birthday, and I was inspired by that just to embed it in the tree that is also in our backyard. It is acrylic on canvas, and I believe I painted this in 2019. But yeah, it's just an imaginative piece of a geode embedded in a tree.
Okay, so we can move to the next piece. Oops. Sorry. I got lost. Oh no. And here's your next piece. You want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so this one is my favorite. It's called Cornered. It is the tigers are subject to poaching and deforestation, and their numbers have went from 100,000 to fewer than 2,000 in almost the last 100 years. And it was influenced by not only their deforestation, but last year we were all trapped in our homes, and the tiger is frightened and scared, just how we were all last year. So it's back in the corner. And it is also acrylic on canvas.
And then we're going to look at this other piece of yours. And this piece is very fun, I think. Why don't you tell everyone about this piece?
This one I never really gave it a name, but it is influenced by dogs. The painting dogs playing poker. All the dogs sitting around the table playing poker, and it is digital. I made it on a program called Procreate. Yeah, I believe I painted this last year or this year.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, so now we're going to move over here to John's work. This is John's piece.
Okay, so this is based off a show I watch called Dragon Ball Super. That is one of the characters that I did. I worked on this in a mix of Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop for some of the coloring and line work. Um, I noticed that it's kind of condensed horizontally, Professor.
Oh, is it?
Like just a little bit, yeah.
It should be more horizontal, like that.
Uh, yeah, like that.
Okay. I know I shouldn't be editing in the middle of a show. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, there it is. I really enjoy this piece with the colors and
Thank you.
the dynamic lines. And then we'll move on to your other piece here. Okay. Why don't you talk about this?
This was a hand drawing I did a while back, mostly color pencil. It's done over 2 pages of a sketchbook. It's based off different designs based off scorpions. So like the main character you see there, he's Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat franchise. There's also a Scorpion-based Pokemon in there. There's a card game called Scorpion. There's an actual Scorpion there, and a bunch of other different references that use that name. I guess at the time I thought it was interesting why so many like brands try and get the name Scorpion in there for their products. I guess it sounds cool. I don't really know exactly.
And
So I just do that.
what's your major again?
A major media communications, a minor in graphic art.
And Dejana, your major? I think we should all say what your major is while we talk about the works.
Mine is biology and visual arts.
Now we're going to move over to this photograph. And this is Melissa. Did I get that right? Is she here? Where'd she go? No? She was just here. This one's yours, Abigail, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, let me go over to your piece then. We just had Melissa. Whoops. Shoot. Sorry about that. We were just looking at, where are we? I'm sorry, I just got lost. All right, I'm jumping into a different room here. All right, I'm going back a little bit. You ready to talk about your piece? This is Karina. Is this yours? You're on your.
It's mine. I'm sorry. I thought I was talking.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my piece. This is a photography. The photo. It's negative and positive side by side, and it was very random when I did this piece. I just wanted to see how it would look like to have all my paintbrushes lined up in a pattern. And after the photo was taken and I developed it and everything, I liked how it looked. So then I put I did the positive, and together it just looked aesthetically pleasing. And I can imagine this in like a magazine or as a logo for a company. So yeah, it was sorry, uh, so it was like a experiment really, but I'm happy the way it came out.
Oh, sorry. I like it too. I like how it's a very dynamic. And then we have another one of your pieces here.
Yeah. So this one, I had to work with food. So I decided to think about different etiquette, dining etiquette, and I think about restaurants. My inspiration was eating, fine dining. I had to use utensils in my photography, and those are my hands. So I was trying to figure out how can I do this at the same time, and eventually I found someone to help me take the picture because I couldn't do it while at the same time. The minute the light was exposed, my hands had to be there. So but yeah, this is again aesthetically pleasing, nice to look at. I picture this at restaurants, dining companies, catering, food magazines, things like that. Yeah, so it's mostly focused on food, but anyone can use it however they please. But yeah, it was fun to make.
Thank you. These are great. I enjoy these. So this is the photography room. One of the displays. So now we have yours, Melissa.
Hi. Well, this photo, I call this the contrasted eye because it's just a lot of contrast on the colors, like around the red and yellow. I actually took this picture like a long time ago and it came up when I was looking for photos I liked. And I kind of manipulated in Photoshop with like the like just to use more elements on the photo. So I decided to crop it and focus on her eye because it was a full face picture. And I decided to just crop it to her eye and add some colors for like some pop, like just a pop off, like from the gray. I wanted to focus on like that certain part of her face.
It really draws you in with her eye.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one a lot. Okay, so now we're going to go out of the room and we're going to look at Jeremy's. Whoops, I'm trying to get there. It's a little difficult. Okay, Jeremy. You're up, Jeremy.
Okay. So the piece here is one of two, technically four, but technically two variations. The reason why I chose this one is because I liked how it is. I had to critique my own art. I'm still a little iffy of how I made the fire, but other than that, this image was originally actually a sketch that I did. What happened was that during when the legendary and Warner Bros. Twitter had a watch along of three of their Giant Monster films, Godzilla, Console Island, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. And when watching Console Island, I decided to do basically artwork based on the main antagonist monster of the movie, the Skullcrawlers. And the one you're seeing here is the one they call the big one, which is basically like the sort of main antagonist or final antagonist of the movie. And the reason why I say this is because I generally do like the Skullcrawler's design. I thought its inspirations of what made it the way it was were interesting, like how one of his inspirations was the Pokemon Cubone, and another was, I think, the masked spirit from Spirited Away. So what I decided to do is decide to sketch it, and originally the Skullcrawler, what I originally wanted to do is for the sketch itself, the Skullcrawler was going to have accompanied by other small Skullcrawlers, since this is the big one. But I was fine with the pieces, as I usually don't like to ruin things that I think is fine. And near the end of my first semester, I decided to color it. I decided to first fix up any of the problems and the obvious erasers in the original sketch.
I
And
don't
then
get that.
I
It's great.
did. Thank you. And then I colored the entire image in Photoshop.
What's your major again, Jeremy?
My major is graphic arts or fine arts, I believe graphic arts, and my minor is in marketing.
Okay. All right, so let's look at your other piece. Oscar, stop it. My dog is pawing at me here. And here's your other piece. They're on the dark side, but I think it's kind of the mood, right?
Yeah.
And this is his other piece.
Well, sometimes I like to, in a way, mess around or play around in a 3D program. And so what I decided to do was also following that same said series. This, a part, yeah, like I said, the Monsters Watch Along. As I mentioned, there were 3 movies. There was Godzilla, there's Godzilla, Constant Island, and King of the Monsters. This is based on the Godzilla movie from 2014. Basically, what I wanted to do to test out this new Godzilla model that was made, I wanted to capture a side that would capture basically like the mood of 2014, because 2014, like tonally and visually, is a dark film. And I also wanted Godzilla to look very intimidating and very animalistic, as was the idea with this version of Godzilla. And also, because I figured why not, to test with the effects and things like that, I decided to add one of the main antagonist monsters of the movie, the Muto, in the background. So it looks like Godzilla is rising from the ocean to sort of take care of the Muto, who's basically causing imbalance.
Very menacing looking. Very, very good. I like that. All right, so now we're gonna move, oops, I'm sorry, I keep doing that. My dog is pawing at me while I'm trying to navigate. Makes it very difficult. Oh, darn. Edward, I don't know what happened to your,
That's fine.
put it on the sphere. I don't know what happened. All right, well, this is Edward's collage piece. And Edward, you're a business major?
Yeah, just a plain old marketing major. And this piece, I called it Blind Truth. It's kind of just like a testament to a lot of the things I learned in this class about art in general and art marketing. The main thing I was going for is each of the 4 corners had a model who were originally wearing sunglasses, and I cut those out, and you have them kind of seeing their own perspective, but they can't see their colleagues or their friends' perspective. They're kind of stuck in their own ways. It was a thing about one of the main topics we learned was appealing to others and relatability. So because they're stuck in their own ways, even though their ways of seeing things are beautiful, they can't relate to anyone else. And the lettering in the middle is Hebrew for truth, Met. So they also can't see the truth because they're not focused on seeing the whole. And the eye in the middle of the clock is seeing the whole because, time is the whole. And that's pretty much it.
And Edward did this piece just for the show. Both of his pieces he did just for the show. And this class is his first time trying art to create anything. So I'm very impressed that you were able to do this. I think they turned out really good. Very, very nice job.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun making them.
And here's your other piece. Now we changed it to a cube, and I don't know how it reverted back, but it did. But now it's on a sphere. Your piece.
Yeah, this is kind of just like a little testament to one of my close friends from St. Peter's, Dara. She's been like someone I could rely on since my freshman year, and I titled it "Dara Means Ocean," which is actually wrong. because Daira means ocean, it's like a typo, but it has water in the back. So like I cut out her hair for the water. That's like a seabird covering her eye, and there's shells and sea turtles all around. And it was just kind of a test on Procreate to see what I can do. You know, try to get my bearings with Procreate and start understanding the program. I had a lot more concepts, but it's always so tough because like you have an idea, it's like I don't know how to do that yet, so it just takes time. But this was kind of like one of my first tests.
I'm just moving it around so we could look at all the elements. It's very unusual. I think it's very unusual, very impactful too. And now we're gonna, whoops. Oscar, please. My dog won't stop pawing at me. Okay. And this is,
That's mine.
okay, Abigail.
This piece, I called it Sweet. It's actually one of my favorite pieces. I took this on a field trip in high school with my art class. We went to, it's called Grounds of Sculpture Museum, and it's in New Jersey. It's a beautiful place, and I found this one space, and I like fell in love with like that atmosphere that it gave me. The reason why it's one of my favorites is because I think this is like the first time I realized that I loved capturing nature. Um, as well as like the colors, like they were so vibrant at the time, it like really caught my attention. For me personally, my favorite season is fall, so I think that this is just it captures like calmness, and I love the way that how I felt taking this photo. It really just puts me at peace. So
I love this photo. It's really beautiful. Now we're gonna go here. I think we tried going to this, oops, this piece before. Oops. Oh, sorry. All right, we tried talking about this before, but now we're back to it.
Yeah. So, I was thinking about what to call it, but over here it's called Jetty, and I really like this photo. I took it on the beach, like I visit often, and I wanted to capture like how beautiful like the waves looks with the rocks and picture it combined. It just was really pretty, and it was just a long like it fit the picture. It fit the how I wanted it to look when I took the picture. I think it's like very aesthetic, and I wanted to capture the moment. So, and I also like manipulated, like I used Photoshop to brighten the colors just to show like how vibrant it was. And together it just looked really pretty. I like the way it looked.
I love the line,
Yeah,
how it draws you in.
it's really pretty.
All right, now we're gonna go here. Great. And this is yours too, right, Abigail?
yeah, this one's called Mist. I took this photo when I went on my first hike. I don't go hiking, so it was a great experience. I don't like bugs, so it was very interesting. But I took this photo because we had to cross this lake, and it looked really cool from where I was standing. So I think I captured that perfectly, like the mist over the rocks. Um, and it was a first experience for me having to cross a lake, and I think it was really cool to be able to capture this moment, as well as being surrounded by like nature. It was beautiful. I don't think I've ever been in such a clean environment, so this is really nice to be able to capture this moment.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
I gotta stop share for 1 second. I get to zoom out to get to the last piece. The last couple of pieces here. Just give me a second. Professor Meady, I literally finished building this yesterday, so that's why it's a little wonky. And do you guys want to talk about your experience in the class while I do this?
I'll just say all of the students have done a great job, and you did a wonderful job making this virtual gallery. Thank you for doing it.
We can repurpose it too.
Yes.
I actually, as you know, I work for a virtual reality company, so I have access to the developers if I run into any kind of problem. So I think I'm gonna probably reach out to one of the developers for some help on a couple of things. I'm just getting, one of the images fell off, and I'm just re-importing it. So if you just bear with me for a second, you guys can talk about your experience while I'm just re-importing this one thing.
I really enjoyed the class. It was really nice hearing from all the professionals who came. They gave great advice, not just, you know, for marketing art, but like in life general, just great advice on improving.
Hello. Who just joined us? Let's see. All right. I'm almost ready. Sorry. Thank you for bearing with my technical difficulties here. Okay. My dog is so jealous right now. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna share my screen again. Here we go. All right. So here we have another piece, and this is by Karina, right? This is yours? Or who's?
No, that's fine.
Yours, Melissa. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I like this picture a lot. It's I took this a while back as well. My sister had a old Honda car, but I really liked the colors, and it was kind of by accident. I took this picture just to like see how, because the sky and the clouds looked really like nice that day. So I took the picture and included the car lights with it. But then as I was looking at it, it looks actually kind of good. So I don't know, like I like the reflection on the car as well with the sky, and just the how clear the picture is and the quality from my iPhone. It was kind of like a good picture I actually took that day. So I wanted to include it in this.
Yeah, it's the reflection. It looks like a piece of abstract art.
Yes.
So, when I first built this gallery, Professor Meady, I did it in another program. This is like the 5th or 6th iteration of this gallery. And the other one, I had everyone's artwork on spheres, and this was on a sphere. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks, yeah, it's good with the lights on it.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then this is Bernard. He's not here today. I'm not really sure. Whoops. I'm not really sure where he is, but we can look at his piece. And this is a piece called Buzz Lightyear. And he really wanted to have this piece in the show. He was very excited about it. And I really wanted to hear him talk about it, but I'm not really sure where he is today. But this is his Buzz Lightyear piece. I think it had something to do with just childhood memories and something like that. Looks like he's got toys and stuff like that. A lot of things going on here. And then his last piece is here. I'm not really sure what this one's titled. That's another one of his pieces. So, and that is our show. I didn't miss anyone's work, right? I got everyone's stuff in here, right? Okay, so that's our gallery for marketing for artists. And thank you for joining us, Professor Mady.
Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed looking at the work, and I also enjoyed the scale, because I know when we're looking at photos, for example, we're printing them out at 8.5 by 11, or maybe even a little bit bigger or smaller even. And here, the work fills up the entire wall. So seeing it in a different perspective is really quite interesting. And also seeing the piece, I think it's Edward's piece on the sphere, is really interesting to see that project out into space. It looks like Melissa's piece is also a cube.
Yes.
Which is kind of interesting to see the flat photo from all different directions. So I think the virtual gallery gives you a different perspective and insight into the way a work can actually look. Wonderful.
And it was also an opportunity for students who have never exhibited before to have their work exhibited.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since everybody worked on the PR piece that went out in the Peacock Press as well. Everyone helped write that together as a class. And, everyone had the opportunity to meet all of these other curators who gave us their opinions about work. And I think for next time I'll have more artworks in a gallery for when the curators come. We could actually invite them into the gallery. I think that might be kind of fun. This was kind of fun having this in a room, having this view, what you would see if you were actually walking into the room, into the entryway as well. And then just in general, see, I'm getting the hang of moving around in it right now. That's why I'm driving, because it's just like I can hardly do it, and I built it.
It is hard to move that little widget around. Sometimes you get too close and you can't back up. You get stuck in a corner.
Well, right into the wall. Woo! Where are we now? So, but that concludes our show. Do you guys have anything else you would like to say or add to the show, to the exhibit?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for helping us with this virtual thing.
Yeah,
it looks like a lot of work, but it looked really nice. It looks real.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. It's definitely fun to do. And I think it's a big challenge right now for just galleries in general. And I think that a virtual gallery is going to be the norm for a gallery moving forward. Ever since COVID now, we've raised our expectations, what technology can do. And this is going to be one of those raised expectations. And I'm also talking about working with the Fine Art Ledger. I think I told you guys about that with the NFC for NFTs. And they're minting NFTs with NFCs. And I think he's going to end up wanting me to build a virtual gallery for his business. So we'll see how that goes. So we got a lot of exciting things on the horizon. And guess what happened today? eBay is going to be auctioning NFTs. So that's huge.
Yes, that is.
That's very huge. That's here to stay too.
Absolutely. Even if you're not buying it with Dogecoin.
Did you know Elon Musk is going to accept Dogecoin to buy a Tesla?
Is he? Oh, all right.
That just came out today too.
At like 43 cents a share, we're going to have to buy a lot of shares to buy a Tesla.
I'll be really happy if that goes up.
Yeah.
I'll be real happy. But all right, well, I think that concludes our exhibit for today. I don't think I think that's everyone, right? I'm going to stop sharing unless any you guys want to go through it again, or you guys are good. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
Thank you for coming, Professor Mady.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for joining us.
See, in the virtual world, you don't have to wear your painting clothes. I was working in the studio, so
Oh,
I have my painting clothes on.
I cannot wait to work in my studio again. I've been glued to my computer lately, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to start creating again.
Well, you will, and you'll be doing it in your backyard with your kiln.
Yes, I am actually. I have to do a raku this weekend for the Curator's Choice show.
Oh, okay.
Because all my pieces are in the solo show, and that shows up until June 13th. And Curator's Choice is going to be up the first week in June. So overlapping shows again.
What an excuse to get out there and do some raku.
Oh, I know. My favorite thing to do. Well, you've been out for my rakus.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
And I think, Karina, you mentioned that you wanted to come out over the summer.
Yes, that's another conversation we're gonna have soon.
Okay. We should talk sooner than later because
Yes.
summer's almost here.
After class today, or are you busy?
Yeah, we can talk today. I'm totally free. So I don't think we have much left to talk about. We've covered a lot. We have everything on Blackboard for this entire class for every assignment. And we have all the assignments in the discussion board. So I think that a lot of you have already worked on your resume. Those are just about done, right? I think that there's, I have to look at everyone's resumes and talk to you guys about that. But I wonder, did you ever hear about Bernard, Professor Mady? Do you know what's up with him?
I don't. I haven't had him in class all semester.
Okay.
I do know that he is in Norway.
Yeah, he's in this class. He's in the Pavant
Yeah.
class. So I was just wondering what was happening with him.
Well, maybe he had some time difference problems or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not really sure either. All right, so we're gonna finish up a little bit of house cleaning for the class.
All right, then I'm going to sign off. But thank you, everybody, and you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.